Bill and Jalen's 2013 NBA Preview.
Kevin Love, I got nothing but love for you, baby. The best power forward in the NBA. I missed watching him play last year.
I missed watching him play too, and I do think that's a good theme for this season. Guys that we missed watching play coming back. Rondo, Derrick Rose, Kevin Love.
Danny Granger.
Kobe.
We lost Kobe for the playoffs along with David Lee, really.
David Lee, maybe Andrew Bynum if he can come
Westbrook.
back. Last year was a bummer with all the injuries. Collective fan base mindset. If you've ever read my column, you're not going to be surprised by this clip.
I shall leave you as you left me.
Oh.
What movie?
Our own for
Star Trek?
Yeah. Look at that toupee on Shatner.
Buried alive.
2 wigs. Wig versus wig. Uh-oh. So Minnesota finally got rid of their GM, David Kahn. They brought in Flip Saunders.
If it was up to you, it would have happened 10 years ago.
Nothing against the guy, but when they did the Rubio-Curry thing, that was it for me. That was a deal breaker. He took Wesley Johnson over Cousins. He took Johnny Flynn right before Stephen Curry. He did the whole Brandon Roy thing. David Kahn did so many bad moves that I can't even remember all of them. The new guy, Flip Saunders, I don't know if I like these moves, but let's look at what he did. A lot happened for the Timberwolves this summer.
I like Pekovic.
It bothers me that nobody tried to sign him this summer. He was a restricted free agent. You have 30 teams. At least drive his price up. Make them go like 5 for 70 or something. Like, I know Philly's tanking it, but why didn't they make a run at him?
I agree with you. Pekovic is a terrific player, and you get Kevin Love back healthy.
And they play well together, more importantly. Pekovic and Love and Rubio, those 3 guys, we didn't get to see enough of them together.
They're going to be one of the most productive 4 or 5 tandems in the whole game.
So here's what I didn't like. Kevin Martin, I thought they overpaid. I just think you can get wing guys every year. Like, you can get Jamal Crawford right now. He's making like $6 million. I don't mind Kevin Martin, but 38% in the playoffs. I thought he no-showed. Something untrustworthy about him in big games. Chase Budinger got hurt last year. Corey Brewer felt like a slight overpay. I like Corey Brewer. I don't know if I'd want to pay him $5 million a year. I don't know if I want to pay him and Kevin Martin $13 million a year combined. What we really didn't like more than anything was the draft. Hey, here's an idea. Just take Trey Burke. He's going to be good.
Right in front of you.
Instead, they traded down for 14 and 21, and look what they got. Congratulations. Shabazz Muhammad got kicked out of the rookie transition program.
Maybe you should have used the clip of Friday talking about getting fired on your day off.
You got to be a stupid motherfucker to get fired on your day off.
There's no way you're supposed to get kicked out of the rookie symposium. Do you know how tough that is?
How about how stupid it is? How horny do you have to be? Have you ever been that horny that you would have snuck somebody?
Let me see. Millions of dollars, horny. No comparison.
I'm sure they had hotel porn. And they had the internet.
And he was just at UCLA living in Los Angeles for the last 12 months.
Hold on for one day,
and
buddy.
He's from out here.
And Jorgie Dang, they took the Louisville kid, who I actually kind of sort of like, but he's...
I like him too.
He's like Bismack. He might be like 35 years old.
But the difference is they took him at 21.
Right. I'd still rather have Trey Burke than those 2 guys together.
Me too.
Let's look at their rotation. With Minnesota, things have a tendency to go bad and go off the rails, but not a bad top 10 on paper. Shved did not have a good year last year. Derrick Williams has really not ever done anything. To me, he's a small ball 4. Like, just period, end of story. I don't see how he fits in on this team.
He's a perfect case, Bill, of getting drafted by the wrong team.
Yeah, you love this theory.
Where was he going to play? They already had Kevin Love. He's a small ball 4, as you just said. Kevin Love plays 42 minutes a game.
You don't want Derrick Williams playing small forward. You don't want him playing with Kevin Love, so Kevin Love has to play center.
And they had Beasley at the time also.
Well, that was your boy Kahn. I don't know why they haven't traded Derrick Williams yet. And plus, they're in a situation with him where they either have to extend him for one last year for like $7 million or something, or you let him go, or he's a restricted free agent. I would have traded him. And actually, if I was another team, I would be interested in him. Like if I was Philly or Phoenix or one of these rebuilding teams, I would want to roll the dice with him, I feel like.
I just think that he got buried in Minnesota. Wrong team, wrong time. Too many forwards,
Wrong
too many
city.
stretch four. Bad city for him.
You can't go from the University of Arizona to Minnesota. I mean, some people could, but I'm not sure how many.
He's a professional. I lived in Toronto. I
feel
lived in
bad for him.
Chicago. I lived in Indiana.
Here's Zach Lowe's sneaky big question. Please, basketball gods, can they just stay healthy? Here's what Zach says. I just want to see Rubio-Love-Pekovic play some freaking basketball with shooters surrounding them, and I want to see how that offense can look under Rick Adelman. I want to see those things too.
Me too.
That's probably their crunch time. So you have the two shooters, you got Rubio playing slash and kick, you got Kevin Love crashing the boards, you got the pick and rolls with Rubio and Peck. And as you said, Kevin Love was one of the 10 best players in the league 18 months ago.
And Ricky Rubio makes players around him better. When you have a point guard that's going to get you the ball on time, on target, you run on fast breaks, you run off missed shots, you run off turnovers, give up good shots to get great shots. That becomes infectious, and that creates a winning environment having players like that with the ball.
You think some franchises can just be snake bit?
I do.
Because it feels like we're headed that way with Minnesota. Clairvoyant Bill believes that this is a really fun fantasy team. If this was your fantasy team, you'd be like, oh, this is great. I like all these guys. As a real team, Clairvoyant Bill isn't sure.
What does Clairvoyant Bill think about Kevin Love's future with the franchise?
I'm glad you asked, because that's why he's here. He thinks we should keep an eye on Kevin Love and trades and rumors and all kinds of stuff, because the bottom line is Ricky Rubio's got a big extension coming. Peck just signed for 60. You have a couple teams out there that have assets, like, say the Chicago Bulls, who could give them Boozer, Meritek, the European stud, the #1 pick they have next year, Charlotte's pick, and I might even throw in Jimmy Butler.
I would for Kevin Love.
Yeah.
He's that good.
You'd have to give me back Corey Brewer or something like that, but
Yeah, correct.
I would overpay for Kevin Love. Oh, cool, I can have Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, and Kevin Love on the same team. I'm like, I don't even care who the other 9 guys are.
I agree.
I want to make that happen.
And also, that could probably be a fresh start for Derrick Williams.
Well, Clairvoyant Bill, not predicting a Kevin Love trade, but Clairvoyant Bill smells it in the air. Smells something in the air. Not sure what. Not sure. Especially Kevin Love, UCLA, lives in LA during the summers. At some point, these guys, they live here during the summers, and they got to think to themselves, what am I doing?
I'll just stay out here.
Yeah. Oh, I could play here. They have a basketball team.
Yeah.
They have 2.
2 of them.
We mentioned Kevin Martin before. Here's Goldsberry's graphic.
Plays to his strength. He's a right-handed player. You see he's totally left side dominant and very effective and efficient.
So he loves that corner, and then from the top there, he likes shooting from there. And I'm guessing, because he's right-handed, he must take the shot going to the lane. But really, mostly he's a shooter. He's a specialist.
He's a scorer.
I think OKC, in a weird way, even though I thought he let them down in the playoffs, I think they're going to miss him.
They will.
Because during the season, he averaged almost 5 threes a game. He made almost 43% of them. Let's look at what the triangle likes about this team. Rubio and Love, together, again, they're both healthy. Let's do this. What do you think of that?
Very nice.
You like that?
I do, especially look at the top. Jeremy Lin is the new king of New York.
I know this seems like this should be America's favorite couple involving the Timberwolves, but there's another one that I think is a little more enchanting. There they are, Shabazz Muhammad and David Stern.
Right, they've gotten to know each other pretty well over these last couple
David's
of
like,
weeks.
Shabazz, we got the rookie program coming. Don't fuck this up, seriously. Don't, you know you can't bring girls in there, right? No drugs or alcohol or no girls, especially no girls, okay? I got it, Commish. Nice meeting you. Thank you. Look, he's got the Utah Jazz hat on, too. That was before the trade.
Yes, to your point about taking Trey Burke.
That's not going to end well. You know what else isn't going to end well? Minnesota's chances in the champagning and campaigning
Give the
contest.
people what they want. So what comes to mind when I think Minnesota champagning and campaigning?
Cold?
Prince,
Oh!
especially when he looks like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
I wanna be your lover. Ow!
You like Minnesota for champagne and campaigning because of the 3% chance Prince might invite you to his house to make you pancakes.
Correct. When you go there, it's basketball season. Basketball season happens predominantly during the winter. When you get to Minnesota and it's winter, it's freezing outside. It's too cold outside.
So coldness kills it for you.
It's freezing out there. Minnesota's one of the coldest places that has an NBA team.
Right now, Kevin Love is watching this going, yeah. He's definitely right. 100% right. Let's make some predictions. Minnesota Timberwolves, go.
Kevin Love, terrific player. I think his days are numbered in Minnesota.
Is this like a prediction or you like know stuff?
I think that Flip Saunders tries to turn the fortunes, but I don't think it's going to happen well enough. So that's their major play.
I think they missed the playoffs. And I'm with you that the motto is Derrick Williams in Utah. A year and a half left in his contract. They got a great trade for him. They got basically 2 top 3 lottery picks out of it. The lesson that we've learned over these last few years is sell high if you think your guy's leaving. I don't think he stays there in a year and a half unless Rubio gets to the point where it's like, I can't leave Ricky Rubio. I'd be insane. I love basketball. Why would I want to leave this guy? I don't know if Rubio's ever going to get there. He can't shoot. Like, the not shooting thing is a real problem.
It is. We talked about John Wall not making threes, but John Wall's so explosive he can still blow by you.
Right. What would the mogul tell Kevin Love?
Come to L.A., play for the Lakers.
I think he might. That's it for Minnesota. Stay tuned for number 16, our first playoff team. Jalen, we finally got to the playoffs. Holy mackerel.
Playoffs? We don't talk about playoffs?
Number 16, we'll be back.
Playoffs?